Oh, YouTube's here. Forgot about YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Kimberly doesn't tell me anything. I hope she's listening to that. Omar, hello, Omar. Wilson, what's up, Wilson? How are you? Excuse me. Guys, it's hot outside. Omar, Wilson, Lady. Hi, how are you? Hi.
children or staff were hurt. Public schools and Jewish facilities in the area went into lockdown. President Trump says he's been fully briefed on the attack and would be working to get, quote, right down to the bottom of it. And security around synagogues has already been increased since the start of the war with Iran, and this new attack is a reminder of just why. CBS LA's Jeff Nguyen is live in Hancock Park, where patrols have been stepped up. Jeff.
Amy, walk down Beverly Boulevard near La Brea, and you will likely see a significant number of Jewish temples in this area, as well as heritage proudly on display. Tonight, you will also likely see armed security patrolling the streets. And I'd be lying if I didn't say, yeah, it's a little one, for sure. Danny Lee's son Noah attends a Jewish preschool. Following news of the shooting at a Jewish synagogue in Michigan and the October 7th, 2023 attacks against Israel, Lee says raising his children with an understanding of their heritage is more important than ever. We're going to be proud of who we are, and we're not going to let anyone get us down. A recent report from the LA County Human Relations Commission found in 2024, attacks on Jewish people accounted for 40% of all violent crimes against selected groups. Jewish people were the top target for religious hate crimes, accounting for 80% of the cases reported. Has there been a shift between undercover work and being more visible? 100%. Around the Hancock Park area, the Jewish security firm Magan Am has been patrolling the community where a significant number of Jews live and worship. Rabbi Yossi Ayafort says things have stepped up here since the start of the war on Iran, then came the attack in Michigan. So since then, we have multiple patrols rolling throughout the most densely populated Jewish communities. Have you had to increase security? We have. Chaim Kuhn is a rabbi at West Coast Chabad. He says his community is concerned, but their faith teaches them to not cower. But we shall persevere, we shall overcome, and we know that nothing that
Hi, YouTube. Hang on one second. I did forget to log in. Thanks. Let me finish cutting this video for this pursuit, and then I will talk to you guys in just a second. Hi, CC.
The only thing I can do is continue to live my life and continue to take my kids to school and continue to tell them to be proud. The LAPD says that it is closely monitoring what is happening in Michigan, but at this point, there is no known threat in Los Angeles. We're live in Hancock Park. Jeff Nguyen, CBS LA.
And we are on some breaking news. Rescue efforts are underway after the U.S. military says a refueling plane went down in Iraq. The KC-135 aircraft is part of the operation against Iran, but the crash was not due to hostile or friendly fire. U.S. Central Command said there was another plane involved, but that one landed safely. A new video of U.S. airstrikes. Central Command now says U.S. forces have hit more than 6,000 targets in Iran since the war began. President Trump saying things are moving along very rapidly. Iran's new supreme leader has not been seen or heard from since the bombing of his country began. But today, he issued a written statement saying attacks on America and its allies in the Middle East will continue. He also vowed to continue to block the Strait of Hormuz and target other nations supporting the United
Yeah.
States. Iran continues to target oil tankers in the strait, which is a key waterway
Yeah.
for the global export of crude oil.
I didn't realize it was 3 times.
Damaged oil facilities of
Okay, yeah, because sheriffs didn't mention that yesterday. But here's the other thing though that I still think it's a good story is because I don't believe it's just one business. I think there was a strip mall, so I think even if the one business may have been, I think it was a shared attic, and I think it ran across the attic and hit other businesses too. Well, there's that too. Did you see the suspect photos? Yeah, there's 2 pictures of suspects where they're it's stills, it's not video, but you can see the guy holding this big clear like water bottle. Yeah, yeah. I just keep adding numbers.
Gene Soroka addressed the latest cargo numbers
11 PVO suspect.
February of last year. He also says during the first 2 weeks
Paramount.
of the war in Iran, there have been no
I think that should be enough to pull it up.
into the port of LA.
Yeah,
Because of the uncertainty in the Middle East.
exactly. The chief. Hang on one second. I gotta do a hit real quick. Hang on. You don't hang up.
And today, a group of lawmakers held a news conference demanding more information about a reported threat aimed at California. Assignment editor Mike Rogers is at the desk. And Mike, this comes after we learned federal law enforcement notified California agencies
Yeah.
about a potential drone attack.
A potential drone attack on California. We want to make a couple of things clear here, though, Amy. This alleged report came prior to the conflict in Iran, and multiple federal law enforcement agencies, or sources rather, have told CBS News that this is not an actionable threat and that there is nothing to work with here. Still, though, California lawmakers are demanding to know more from the FBI about exactly what that threat contained and what they should do about it.
We're just asking the administration to brief us and tell us more about what is happening. I also need all of the information and details about what the FBI actually knows, which cities this unverified threat are talking about, as far as, and also what is the threat?
Yeah, sources to CBS News said that that memo came from the FBI's Los Angeles field office and was sent to local law enforcement agencies. Sources have also told us that is not an uncommon practice. They want the locals to have everything that they can. Still, though, with the Oscars coming up and everything else going on in the world, a lot of people really want to know the background behind that threat that was enough for the FBI to notify those local law enforcement agencies. Again, though, Amy, federal law enforcement sources tell CBS News that this is not an actionable threat, that it was received prior to the conflict in Iran, and that it is something that there is nothing, no background to this at this point. Again, though, some lawmakers, though, still want to know more.
All right, Mike, thank you. Coming up, a serious struggle with screen time. Teens took to the ultimate test to see if they could live without their phones for a week. Well, the results, they might surprise you.
Hi, sorry. Okay, yeah.
Altadena Senior Center burned to the ground during the Eaton fire. We met a couple here who truly been enjoying the
Yeah, I mean, we have good stringer that we'd already purchased, which is nice. It was called STR. Hang on, let me look.
It's 92 degrees out here at Lake Alberta.
I think it's STR Paramount. Yeah, because it was we ingested it the day. Yeah, Stinger. Yeah, STR Paramount commercial fire.
What's that?
Yeah, and there's even better stringer video too. This was just it was a package deal for that morning, but if we wanted the better one, that's available too still. Yeah, I think it could be good. Bye. All right, YouTube. What are we doing? Let's chop her over. Oh, we're getting some video of the beach. It's such a nice day. I wish I was at the beach, you guys. You want to see the beach? I think I can show it to you on my monitor over here. Let's figure out this. DJ Nate. I wish you guys could hear the music Nate's playing. It's really good. He plays music for us in the break. He's so nice. Oh, he turned it off as soon as I said it. Did you do that on purpose? Were you listening to me? There you go. Can you guys see this? Yeah. This is what the chopper's doing right now. I thought he was listening to me because Nate, I thought you were listening to me because I was telling the YouTube stream how I love when you're here and you play music, and literally as soon as I said that, you turned it off. Yeah, all our usuals. Johnny's here, Cece's here, David, Wilson, Miguel. Miguel always reminds me that I have to log into the scanners.
I remember Wilson was left in charge last time.
Yes. She's very reliable. There you go. You guys can see this, right? This is what Sky Cal's looking at. This is what the chopper's looking at.
Well, the crash injures 2 LAPD officers. Skycal over the scene earlier today near West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and Crenshaw Boulevard. This happened just before 11. Both officers were transported for pain. Another person was also hurt, and they were treated at the scene there. Altadena city leaders say more than 20% of the Eaton fire survivors are 65 or older, and they're more likely to struggle with accessing resources. Carl Fenstrom checked back in with one family that's finally seeing signs of hope after losing 40 years of memories of the fire.
Such a change from what you saw here 14 months ago.
It's insane.
Peter Matus took this cell phone video when he drove down the still burning block where his family had lived for 40 years.
That's the first time we saw it. So my wife, God bless her, she was in the right state of mind where she took the pictures.
Those images allowed his
So, am I
parents to
here?
file an insurance claim within days. The neighbors
okay.
acted quickly too.
I would say 75% of them came back on this street, which is good. Yes.
Were you a close-knit community before the fire? We first met Pedro and Mercedes in the aftermath of the Eaton fire, which also destroyed Altadena's senior center. Pasadena's facility was extending their embrace to senior survivors overwhelmed by the thought of starting over.
Unemployed thing.
It's far and few that I've seen my dad really emotional, but obviously this is everything. This is the results of his years of hard work.
If it was only Carl and I, then we would have a problem because we don't know what to do. So thank goodness because we have my son.
It's coming already.
This week, Peter brought his parents to witness an encouraging milestone. The foundation is being poured for their new home, as well as an ADU where Peter, his wife, and daughter will all live.
I really pumped me up.
The family says they were fortunate to have insurance and to secure a good contractor.
So this is the kitchen area back there, so here's the bathroom.
Mercedes is still struggling with losing every photo, every belonging.
It's very stressful and emotional. How can you remember what you have for 40 years? And you have to itemize everything.
Peter has encouraged his outgoing parents to stay active and to keep seeing friends.
One of the big important things that I definitely wanted from my parents was like, you're not going to stay home and just think about this. Life still needs to be lived, so go live at the senior center.
Then my garden was over here, all my succulents. I love my succulents.
The family lives in temporary housing nearby, and Pedro and Mercedes take part in senior activities every week before they come up here.
It's going to be different, obviously, but we're excited for what it's going to be.
They like to watch the contractors work.
I'm going to have my little chair out there every day sitting there. Watching everything going down.
The hope to be back on the block where so many memories were made. Time to celebrate the 50th anniversary.
But just make the most of it for our remaining years, That's it. Just enjoy it.
Cara Finstrom, CBS, LA.
Mother Nature certainly turning things up a notch, possibly record-breaking winter heat today and tomorrow. Evelyn Taft is live in Lake Balboa to break down the next weather alert and how long the heat will stick around. And Ev, it feels like summer, but a lot of the community pools aren't open because it's winter.
Exactly. I mean, it's wild. It definitely feels like summer out here. We are in the 90s. We're right by the duck pond. And I'll tell you, it's very hot where I'm standing right here. I can feel the concrete and that radiation sort of emanating from the ground. But let me tell you, I know one person out here that got it right. He is a local kayaker that's been coming out here for years.
Quite comfortable, a little bit of sweat. I have water and electrolytes in my water bottle. I am well prepared, and I'd rather be here than sitting at home.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely better here than sitting at home, especially if you don't have AC. But he's got it right. I'll tell you, a little bit of a breeze starting to kick in right here, but temperatures are continuing to stay hot. And I do want to take a look at the rest of your forecast as we head to the next few days. Just a reminder, we are under a next weather alert through tomorrow. Then we're lifting it now for the weekend because we are looking at a little bit of a cool down and then warming it up next week. So you'll see your weather headline showing you that we're still hot, a little bit of a cooling trend as we head into the, again, weekend. And then by next week, we're expecting those numbers to really start to warm up. tonight we'll get some relief overnight. We're going to be in the 50s and the 60s predominantly. Some spots even warmer than that, but we will start to get a little bit of relief in the hours ahead. By tomorrow, temperatures warming right back up again to the 80s, 90s, and triple digits. So we've got high pressure continuing to build across Southern California over the next few days. As it builds, we will continue to see those numbers really start to soar. So again, it gets a little cooler, but then it does warm up again. Rather, by next week, you'll see high pressure continuing to build across Southern California by next week. So you will notice that, again, the numbers will continue to get up into the 90s, possibly even the triple digits. And coming up in just a moment here, we will show you your next weather 7-day forecast because those numbers will continue to soar into next week. We could even touch the triple digits, perhaps land there as well. So for the basin in Orange County, you'll see numbers looking a little bit like this. 90s and 80s.
I'm good, Johnny. Cece, thank you for asking how everyone's day is. My day was fine. I had to go pick my car up from Volkswagen, where it was getting a service done. So I had to go all the way to Glendale to do that. And then I went straight from there to here. Okay, thanks, Marco. Huh? Yeah, I got you, Marco. Can you see your camera view? Can you see your camera view on or off? What do you mean, Miguel?
And then hitting triple digits by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And for the deserts, mountains, and the beaches, you'll see the heat continues with that next weather alert going up again Tuesday and Wednesday for the deserts, mountains, and the beaches. And beach weather, certainly a great place to go when it's cool, but even the beaches won't be cool. We'll be in the 80s at the coast as we head to tomorrow, and here in Lake Balboa, probably close to 90 degrees yet again. Amy, I'll send it back to you in the cool.
I'm sorry, we appreciate you braving the heat for us, and it's hard to imagine it's going to get even hotter than today, so thank you.
We should all be jealous of Desmond, who, by the way, is over the beach right now in SkyCal. That's the real spot to be. Coming up next at 4, though, we're going to tell you about this pursuit that SkyCal was over in our earlier hours, learning new information from the California Highway Patrol.
Plus, scoring smiles off the court. The Lakers shooting their shot to bring hope to young patients who are the real MVPs of life.
Hey there, it's Mike at CBS LA. How are you? Good. Is this Officer Elliott? No. Thank you. Hey, it's Mike at CBS. How are you? I'm good. Hey, I was trying to get some information on that chase that South LA had this morning. The PIO for that office is out, so Sergeant Keene said that maybe you could help me out. Oh, cool. Thank you. What the want is, if you guys ever recovered what he tossed, and if you know what it was, and then ultimately what he was taken into custody for. You look like a black cylinder. I wasn't sure if you guys saw it or recovered it or what exactly it was. Yeah, no worries. If you can give me a call back, that'd be great. Yeah, hang on 2 seconds. They're streaming me live on YouTube, Officer Elliott, and I don't like to give my phone number out with Nate, you have my mic? Okay, cool. I am sure Sky Cal's over the beach right now. He is over Santa Monica.
pursuit of a car going at extremely high speeds ends with a standoff in Bell. Assignment editor Mike Rogers is at the desk with what we're learning from the CHP.
Yeah, you know, they're looking into some more things for me right now, but what we can tell you, Amy, is originally that officers tried to pull this car over for speed, and speed is certainly what was happening during this chase. Take a look at the video. Sky Cal was overhead just as he makes a last-minute turn to get off the freeway. Look at this. Almost hitting that gore point there as he takes that off-ramp at almost 80 miles an hour. CHP was chasing this. They had a helicopter overhead as well. Look at this close call right here. He pulls into a dead end, narrowly goes around that CHP car that is trying to stop him and chase him. Wrong side of the road here as we come through Telegraph in the East Los Angeles area. At one point, we also know that he appeared to be huffing or inhaling something while inside of the car. There you see a strange collision with another car that looks like they were trying to park there. Suspect vehicle ends up backing out, taking off once again. Another close call, maybe exchanged some paint there. Stops at a gas station, gets out briefly or opens the door, but then gets back in and takes off again. Now, throughout the course of this chase right here, look at this. He's going to toss something right there out the window. CHP, I'm working with CHP to figure out if they actually recovered that. It is possible that was the thing that he was inhaling during the course of the chase. Ultimately, though, pulls into what we believe to be a family's residence. No CHP units behind him, only tracking this from the air. Dogs look happy to see him, though. Closes the door, goes inside. After a brief standoff and some negotiating with the suspect, he ultimately says goodbye to some what we believe to be family members that were inside of the home, comes out and surrenders to the California Highway Patrol. As I mentioned, we are working to get some additional details from the CHP about exactly what they found in his car, what that thing was that he tossed, if they were able to recover it, and what ultimately he is going to jail for this afternoon, Amy. As soon as we learn that information, we'll be sure to let you know.
All right, thanks so much for staying on top of it.
Yep.
Well, coming up at 4:30, we're going to continue to track a next weather alert as SoCal bakes under a winter heat step.
We're here at a senior center in Highland that also doubles as a cooling center, but lately it really hasn't been all that cool. We'll tell you why.
And the growing push for tighter safety protocols online as the landmark social media addiction trial nears its end.
Wilson, how did it look? I think, Wilson, how are you watching? Are you watching like on cable or are you watching on streaming or your phone or something? Oh, shoot.
This is CBS LA at 4.
Now at 4:30, a heat wave taking over SoCal. A next weather alert is in effect through tomorrow as sizzling temperatures take over our region. We have team coverage beginning with next weather is in your neighborhood.
Indeed. I mean, we're trying to beat the heat out here, and I'll tell you, at moments it is just so hot you can feel that sunlight just
Where is she?
beaming down on us. But we are
Oh.
getting a little bit of a breeze, and thought of a great idea to cool down: paddle boats. But here's the problem: we just asked the company here that rent out the paddle boats, you know, if we could go out. We thought maybe we'd take a little afternoon paddle. Well, they said they've got white caps out here because there is a little bit of a breeze. So it's a two-part equation here because the breeze is keeping us cooler this afternoon, but at the same time, we can't be out on the water. So it was a little bit of a bummer. All right, well, we want to get a look at temperatures across Southern California right now because it is still hot. I'll tell you, I'm feeling it here. We are in the 90s and the 80s across all of Southern California, and temperatures, well, they're about 15 to close to 20 degrees above where we were.
Okay, wait. I asked a question, and let's see. I 100% didn't mean to use a curse word there. I didn't even see it. Cece, where'd you say it? Did it block it because of your inappropriate comments?
We won't see an alert, but we're still looking at heat through the weekend. We're going to actually talk a little more about your extended forecast, of course, coming up very shortly here. But I do want to throw it out to Zach Boetto.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you guys. Okay, if you guys are watching the YouTube stream and the newscast, the broadcast, which one's like, is the newscast like in less of a delay than YouTube, or which one's more delayed, or are they about the same?
AC issues for about a year now. They have the funding for a new unit. They just need final approval. Luckily, they do have a temporary solution and a bunch of fans going on because the temperatures, they're ramping up.
Between the dance floor and the game room, this Highland Senior Center is the place to be.
We all love to play.
And even though this senior center that doubles as a cooling center hasn't had consistent working air conditioning in over a year, the regulars like Dottie Horton and her friends love coming here so much that they've become accustomed to the heat.
We're just here for a couple hours and just kind of suffer through it.
But temperatures across the Inland Empire this week are expected to get into the 90s, possibly even higher.
This is our parlor.
And while the center's director, Penny Littlebird, says fans, open-door airflow, and the fun can make the heat more bearable, she says they need AC.
Considering I'm supposed to be a state cooling center, it's
Tough on them. It's not good. It's tough on us working here, so I can only imagine how the effect it is on them.
The senior center rents the building from the Patton State Hospital and is located on the same property. And Thursday morning, Patton employees came by to fix the AC. But Littlebird says
Right, but I know Wilson, our like when you stream, the newscast on the CBS website is more in line with the YouTube delay. Yeah, because I know if you watch us on our stream, it's I think it's like 30 seconds or a minute behind like what we're actually doing in here. So I was curious because I know for YouTube, our digital team has intentionally created a 30-second delay. So I wasn't sure if that was lining up with what the online broadcast is.
So the center here serves about 79,000 seniors each year. They still need that final approval from the Patton State Hospital and the state to get that new AC unit to keep everyone that comes through here cool and warm during those winter months. Coming up here at 5 o'clock, hear from an HVAC worker about what you can do to make sure your AC unit lasts through this heat wave. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, looks like they're having a lot of fun there, Zach. Thank you. Well, victims of the Eaton fire are considering federal legal action claiming civil rights violations. And this comes after California Attorney General Rob Bonta announced the California Department of Justice has opened a formal civil rights investigation into the emergency response to the Eaton fire. The investigation will examine whether race, age, or disability discrimination may have affected response efforts in the historically black community of West Pasadena.
Can you put? I actually can't put that one. So Miguel, the reason I can put it here is because this is a routable monitor, so I can route things to this monitor. I can't do that with this one or this one. There is another monitor here, so you guys are right here, and right here, there's another monitor that I can also route things to that one. But it's only this one and this one that I can route things to. This one is just a computer.
Well, the Eaton fire destroyed more than 9,000 structures and killed at least 19 people. The Lakers spent their off day yesterday at the hospital, surprising several patients. Players met with patients at UCLA Maternal Children's Hospital. Luka Doncic visited with a child who threw him a picture, and in exchange, Luka gave him one of his jerseys. All of the players were there, along with
Where's it at,
coach
OG?
JJ Redick, who gave the patient a signed basketball. All right, sticking with the Lakers, one former NBA champion has announced his retirement. Jim Hill joining us now with more on a future Hall of Famer. Jim?
There it is. He's got eyes on it. Marco. I'll tell the booth. Hi, Trevor's coming up on a structure fire in downtown. Yeah, he sees the smoke from a distance. He's on his way. It's a commercial building. Yeah, bye. Hi, it's Mike. How are you? Good. Sorry about that. I was on the other phone too. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Felony evading. Got it. And do we know what he tossed out? Okay. Oh, okay. So it maybe not have been recovered then. Got it. Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. If you hear back on what he was booked, will you just give me a shout? Awesome. Thanks, officer. Appreciate it. You too. Bye. Desmond is in the chopper tonight. Oof. Marco. That's cooking. Hey, you guys got some good flames coming out of this. All right, bye. So guys, what you see me doing right now is I'm switching over to our other scanner set so I can listen to the fire department. Because we're coming up over this fire here. I can show this to you actually on this monitor. There you go. This is the fire. So we're giving Desmond some information right now. Pull it up on the radio. OG, you got this on 856-4375?
Thanks so much. We are following breaking news. A building
856-4375, right? Is that attack?
Des and Shaw live in SkyCal with more. Of course, Des.
Yeah, Amy, this is going to be here at the corner of 14th and Main Street here. So just kind of
on the radio. I was looking for the tactical frequency you're listening to.
what appears to be a vacant business here. As I zoom in, you can see that police sign.
Copy. Yeah, no, but noise. That's what I got too.
They are in offensive mode right now. They're talking about getting up on the roof, maybe to vent it, but definitely some perilous flames here. You can see the hook and ladder just now getting on scene. So this is a very, very new fire, but it's definitely going to be kicking up quite a bit of smoke that will be visible from across downtown LA. Probably going to catch people's attention on the 10 Santa Monica freeway as well. No reports of any injuries on this fire, but definitely people starting to gather and more engines responding to try to get this thing knocked down as soon as possible. Live at SkyCal overhead, Desmond Shaw, back to you in the studio.
So a lot of flames out there and a lot of heat. All right, thank you, Des. Coming up, stepping into orbit, NASA
Yeah, can you guys see my screen right here?
International Space Station, and a deep dive
Yeah.
with one of the
I know it's harder to see because, but if you're just watching on TV, you saw it too. So this is one of those situations where SkyCal was up already doing something, and we heard it come out over the radio, and he was able to get over there pretty quickly and see it from a distance.
It looked like there was still a lot of
Copy, citizen. Chopper, assignment desk on frequency 1. Hey, the address that we gave you, that 1334, is that accurate? Copy, 1334. Yeah, there's also an ironworks over there on the side. Oof, that thing was cooking. Go ahead. I did, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Let me wait till after 5.
And we want to get back to our breaking news. Crews battling a building fire in downtown LA. Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal with more. And Des, we still see a lot of flames and black smoke.
Yeah, absolutely, Amy. And it appears that there are some businesses here. We had just reported that there was this bacon business where it appeared the fire may have started. But as I double in here, it looks like there's some sort of a little market or a wholesaler, imported wholesale, it says right there, that may have suffered some damage. And there's also some sort of iron working business here in the rear. We did see some smoke coming from that area. In fact, you can see a little bit of smoke kind of trickling in there. So this is beginning to affect some businesses, that are operational here as the firefighters up on the roof there, making some holes there so that they can vent the fire, prevent a devastating flashover. They can also fight the fire from multiple angles that way as well. So still an offensive mode. We'll see if that continues to be the case. If it gets really hairy, they might have to get off of the roof and go into defensive mode. But multiple businesses now being affected here at the corner of 14th and Main Street in downtown LA. Amy, back to you.
All right, guys. Thank you. All right, let's get to a view that is out of this world. NASA astronaut Zena Carbon giving us a front row seat to what it's like living in space. With a high-speed tour taking us
Okay.
through the International Space Station.
So the fire's actually starting to look better. So I'm going to let Desmond focus on that, and I'm going to go back to getting my 5 o'clock stuff ready.
Football field. Plenty of space to accommodate astronauts living on board. There's about 14,000 cubic feet of living space, which is larger than a typical 6-bedroom house. Didn't know it was that big. Well, still ahead, could one of the world's top predators be in deep trouble? How sharks could be more at threat.
Downtown LA, let me go.
And the heat continues here at Lake Balboa, where people are coming out this afternoon, getting their exercise, or maybe getting their fruit or a hot dog. Get it? Hot dog? Yep, it is that hot out here. We're going to have more on your next weather alert and your full forecast coming up when we come back.
Wilson, what's ahead, YouTube or our newscast stream? Miguel, it's downtown. Yeah, conditions are a lot better. The smoke was thick black, and now it's light white smoke. Excuse me. All right, guys. I got to read through this report really quickly, so I'm gonna have to ignore you for a moment. Yeah, digital. They are all robots. Oh, YouTube is behind Wilson. Okay. Wilson, how are you watching? Like on stream or on? Oh yeah, stream. You said okay. Yeah, not on YouTube. Just this one on YouTube. Yeah.
Sharks have survived 400 million years, outlasting dramatic climate shifts. But could today's changing oceans challenge one of the planet's more resilient predators? CBS LA climatologist Marina Jerica explains.
Sharks are historically survivors, but the chemistry of today's ocean is changing in ways sharks have never experienced.
Those ships basically carbon dioxide
Okay.
ocean
Yep.
carbon dioxide sucks it up.
And off our coast, natural
Hi, Cal.
brings colder, more acidic water to the surface.
As that CO2 continues to build and build and build, our oceans become more and more acidic. So animals are used to getting spikes of this acidic water, but not constantly.
Sharks are built differently, but not immune to these changes.
The most bony part of their body are their teeth.
How you doing?
And their teeth are exactly like ours. They have density and they have a enamel on the outside that make them very, very hard. So essentially what's happening is their ability to incorporate calcium, new calcium, into that material is now being lost because it's being bound with them. And as a result, they cannot use the same coverage of their teeth that
Bad channel, CC. Come on.
their teeth are basically starting to become soft. If those teeth start to become weakened, that means they lose that crushing ability.
And what is a shark without its teeth? The fossil record
Hey Andrew, I'm well. How are you?
With all the light you can, please.
So does the DP no, it's in the control room. So even in the control room, it is a what's called single operator control room. So everything is programmed by automation. So in the control room, there's a single director that ahead of the show codes everything, so that when they press this button, this happens, and everything happens at once. You press one button, it takes the video, brings in the Chiron, rolls the tape, the video, all of that. So there is no DP, there's no camera person at all. Even that's robotic. The director has a set of controls to the right of them where they can adjust the camera shots, but all the camera shots are pre-programmed. So if they're doing anything, it's just little tweaks. So what you'll see is if you watch these cameras, once we're done, with a shot, the camera will move to whatever it's going to be next. Even if that shot's not for another 10 minutes or so, the camera will still move to the next position.
And they've endured dramatic climate shifts on Earth before. But as a climatologist, what worries me is the speed of that change today. Rising carbon dioxide is altering the ocean chemistry in real time. But what is encouraging is the research that is being done. Because the more that we understand about what's happening, the better we'll be able to protect the oceans for many generations to come. Marina Jerica, CBS LA.
Well, we are dealing with some extreme heat that is taking over Southern California, and it's going to be lasting for the next couple of days. Evelyn Taft, live in Lake Balboa to break down the temperatures in our next weather alert. And I can see it's hot up there.
It is so hot out here, Amy. I'll tell you, in fact, we've been in the 90s out here, and we're still in the 90s. Temperatures eventually will get cooler, but I will tell you, a lot of people have been out and about throughout the afternoon here. Not a lot, but I'd say some. How about that? Braving the heat, going on their afternoon walk with the stroller, with the dog, maybe even doing a little bit of a workout. In fact, we caught up with somebody a little earlier today that was actually happy about the heat.
It is very hot out here, thank goodness. It's only March, and I'm from the East Coast, so I think that this is just beautiful. This is why I came out here.
Sounds like they're calling a knockdown.
I'm excited to spend the week probably here. It's like a little mini beach.
So again, it is like a little mini beach out here.
Thank you, Wilson. Appreciate that.
Mentality. So some people very happy to get out here
Oh, Bat Channel. I thought, CC, I thought you were trying to say Bad Channel. I was like, come on now.
Next few days, really the next week, to be honest, because we're expecting temperatures to stay 15 to 30 degrees above average. Things get a little cooler as we head to the evening hours, even into the weekend.
Guys, did you notice I didn't have my coffee today? I didn't get a chance to go up and get it.
Hot. Record-breaking heat continues to be in potentially the forecast, and as we head to next week, temperatures will continue to warm again. So as we take a look at all of the numbers, you'll see tonight will be down to the 50s and 60s, but tomorrow we'll be back up to the 80s, the 90s. There is a chance we could even hit triple-digit numbers. And if you take a look at your next
It is hot, ants. Hello. Just making sure no 545. Okay, thanks.
and then 50s again as we move into next week. For the valleys, we're expecting temperatures to continue to stay
YouTube, this is my executive producer that I'm on the phone with. She always is trying to make me do more work. She's really, she hits it hard. No breaks from her ever. YouTube's gonna come for you, Amy. I'm gonna give your address out over the chat. How about that? Okay, bye. It's snowing where you live. Where do you live, CC?
All right, we hope you can go find a nice shady tree to stand under now. Thank you. Well, a 3-month CBS News California investigation has uncovered a new crime trend targeting legal immigrants. Senior investigative reporter Ross Colombo has the story you will see only on CBS LA. Ross.
Well, Amy, fraud experts tell us that the California Secretary of State may be playing a role in all of this. It all involves hundreds of fake
Where's the homie that brings the drinks? Well, Arturo, who's our lighting guy, who's amazing, he brings me water, but I asked him for a vodka soda earlier, and so far I haven't gotten it, so we'll see.
in Southern California.
More than 3 million businesses officially registering with the state last year.
This is supposed to be a construction company. Now we're heading into a spa.
But are all of them really open for business?
Doesn't look like.
Are they real at all? And if they're not,
Does it look like a construction company?
who's really getting the business
So you don't know this person at all? No. How you doing?
in the inner
They don't know what they're doing. They don't know. They're scared. They're scared.
They are scared again, that expert says, that there are hundreds upon hundreds of these fake businesses centered right here in Southern California. Coming up at 5, we're going to give you all the details from our
What's he doing?
investigation and explain to you exactly how this works. And we're going to show you how this all eventually trickles down to you, Amy, and all of us
Oh, copy.
financially.
All right, Ross, thank you. So the column A screen time.
Yeah, I got it at 1300 San Pedro and like 13th.
On screen time or give in to the temptation.
Yeah, right in here. There you go, top of the parking garage.
Yes.
Hey. So soon? All right, goodbye, everybody. They're making me end the stream. Bye. See you guys tomorrow.
This is just hot.
Cap y'all.